and we want to present to you and just say thank you for all of your diligence in helping us to move this project forward from the City of Richmond and from the Slave Trail Commission. And I don't know if you want me to open it, if you want to open it, but either way, okay, we'll let you do that. Okay. It's presented to Robert F. McDonald, Governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia, in commemoration of the unveiling of the Richmond Slave Trail Marker, the Slave Trail Commission, April the 10th, 2011. And it talks about the mechanics of slavery. Thank you again, sir. And next speaker would be none other than Congressman Robert C. Scott, who represents the 3rd Congressional District. I have known Congressman Scott, some would just say Bobby, for many years, and I can personally say that we are blessed and fortunate to have him as our representative in Congress. Bobby is in his 10th term in Congress. Before he served in the Virginia House of Delegates and the Virginia Senate for 15 years. Bobby was the first African American elected to Congress since Reconstruction from the Commonwealth of Virginia, and the only second African American elected to Congress in Virginia's history. Bobby serves on the Committee of Judiciary, where he is a ranking member of the Subcommittee on Crime, Terrorism, and Homeland Security, and is also a member of the Subcommittee on the Constitution. Bobby also serves as the Committee on Education and the Workforce, where he is a member of the Subcommittee on Early Childhood, Elementary and Secondary Education, and the Subcommittee on Health, Employment, Labor, and Pension. Throughout his career, he has been a champion and advocate for constitutional and civil rights. He has led efforts in the House to pass the Fair Sentencing Act, which reduced the crack and powder cocaine sentencing disparities, and was a legal critic against warrantless wiretapping. He has fought to protect the educational rights of children with disabilities, led efforts for comprehensive juvenile justice reform and crime prevention. He has fought to reduce the high school dropout and to increase access to college education for all students. He is passionate and committed representative, never wavering in his belief or his efforts for his constituents. Please join me in welcoming Congress Bobby C. Scott.
Thank you, Delegate McQuinn, for that more than kind introduction. Governor McDonald, elected and appointed officials, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm certainly honored to be here this afternoon unveiling the 17 historical markers along the Richmond Slave Trail. The slave trade that occurred from 1619 to 1807 left a stain on our nation's history that still affects us today. Since 1998, Richmond Slave Trail Commission has sought to ensure that the remnants of that stain are not buried, literally or figuratively. And I'd like to thank the Slave Trail Commission for their important work, and also the Richmond City Council for creating the commission and for confronting this aspect of our nation's history instead of glossing over it. The result of your courage, Richmond residents will be able to learn from the slave trail for generations to come. Right now, we're standing at Marker 15, Lumpkin's jail site, where thousands of African slaves were whipped, imprisoned, and sold to plantation owners throughout the Deep South. During the decades prior to the Civil War, the jail, owned by a white slave trailer named Robert Lumpkin, was the location of one of the largest slave export businesses in the United States. The jail also served as a lodging house for slaveholders, an auction house for slaves, and a family residence for the Lumpkins. In 1867, Lumpkin's widow, an African-American woman who was also his former slave, leased the jail to Reverend Nathaniel Culver of the American Baptist Home Missionary Society, who transferred it into a school for freed slaves. His transformation of the jail earned it a new nickname. Once called Devil's Half Acre, it became God's Half Acre, and the school eventually became our renowned Virginia Union University. Lumpkin's jail site is only one part. Lumpkin's jail site is only one part of a larger history told by this trail, and the 17 other markers tell other stories of our history. The 17 markers along the Richmond Slave Trail represent the enduring legacy of our ancestors, enslaved men and women who fought and died for their freedom and for ours. Unfortunately, their fight is not over. There are still racial inequalities that exist in all sectors of American life: education, unemployment, housing, health care, the criminal justice system, and therefore, as we learn from the past, we must continue the fight now and into the future. So thank you, Richmond Slave Trail Commission. Thank you for your work, and thank you for inviting me to participate in the program today. Thank you very much.